good morning and thanks for joining us here for the news portion of your 8:30 stream show. I'm Mitch Carter. Right now it is Wednesday, November 19th. Got a couple of news headlines from this morning for you before we transition into weather. And starting off here, going to pull some video up. Visitation and funeral arrangements have been made and announced for Alex Hessler. Now, as reported, the 14-year-old Wrights High School freshman was killed in Sunday's car crash in northern Vanderbilt County. And according to his obituary, he was a, quote, beacon of joy and faith in the lives of all who knew him. His visitation is this Friday from 4 to 6 at Sunset Funeral Home. Thank you, Byron. That should be a little better. Got the microphone put together. Alex's friends say his faith is a big part of the legacy he's left behind, and our Leslie Chapman has more.
Alex, whenever I talked to him, he brought me back to God, and he led me in the right direction. And then Neil texted me one day and said, "Hey, I'm starting a Bible study." And I was like, wow, that was like God was calling me.
Wrights freshman Neil Dillman and Holden Sargent began a small Bible study group, with Alex Hessler's parents hosting it at their house.
And they offered up their place for us to gather. And so we graciously took it. And they provided food for us, drinks, chips, everything we could ask for, and more.
What began as a small group eventually grew by the dozens.
We started with 6 members, our first meeting.
Oh, wow.
And then over time, it just got bigger and bigger.
Today, how many?
We're up to 50 now, 51 in the group chat now.
The boys say they believe Alex's death brought the group together because they need to stick together during tough times.
Nothing that we've done in the past month, 2 months, up to a year would really be possible without him.
To remember Alex's legacy, they named their Bible study group after him.
If it wasn't for Alex, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
He led me to the Lord, and him and Neil especially, they led me to the Lord, and they inspired me to get closer with him and reconnect with him. And Alex saved me.
Neil and Holden say they hope to see the group continue to grow in honor of Alex.
I think he's up in heaven staring down at us, and he's proud. He's got a beaming smile on his face, and he couldn't be more proud of us.
Well, the Bible study group is now held at 6:45 on Friday nights at Renew Church, and organizers say it is open to all Wrights students. And continuing more coverage this morning, the trial date for a woman charged with animal cruelty in Warwick County has now been scheduled for April. Now, we told you on Monday about 29-year-old Shayna Burko, who did not show up for her court appearance. Her attorney saying she feared for her safety after receiving death threats, but Burko did show up on Tuesday and was accompanied by sheriff's deputies. That courtroom full of people standing up for the animals they say Burko abused. After the hearing, many said they were grateful that a trial date has now been set.
This is her 3rd case. She got a slap on the wrist for the first 2 cases. She needs to always be monitored so she can, because she will try this again. There needs to be consequences. There has to be consequences for what she did.
The judge also ruled that Burko must provide medical documentation to prove that she needs an emotional support animal. However, the county prosecutor told 14 News that Burko no longer has one. We'll continue here to keep you updated. And shifting gears now, Owensboro city leaders getting into that Christmas spirit out there. That's because on Tuesday, they unveiled their 2025 Owensboro Christmas card. You can see Santa there playing a banjo with what looks to be the Owensboro Blue Bridge as the strings there, designed by local artist Aaron Kaiser, and it's titled Bluegrass Christmas. Kaiser says it helps represent everybody who brings Owensboro to life each day, and officials say the card will be available for purchase soon at City Hall. And staying with Christmas news, time to get those letters to Santa in the mail as Monday marked the start of the U.S. Postal Service's annual Operation Santa. So they got letter adoption there, and this gives children and families the chance to write letters to Santa with helpful elves that can now adopt the letters to make sure the wishes come true. This year you can choose to adopt a family as a team to make sure all the wishes there are fulfilled. You can learn more right now on the Postal Service's website. Always a cool thing there they do, the USPS. If you might have noticed here, it's just myself, no Casey. She's actually down south in Nashville right now for a red carpet for the next 2 days. It'll be me and Byron solo for today and tomorrow, and then we'll have her back Friday. But of course, we'll have some content coming from that right here on 14 News. For now, it's going to wrap it up for the news portion of the stream show. Stand by. Byron Douglas is up next.
Good morning. I'm meteorologist Byron Douglas. Thank you for tuning in on a Wednesday. Mitch, thank you for helping out. So, Mitch, news is starting first, and then we'll transition over to weather. We've been tracking some fog out there, some areas of fog. I'm going to go over to we have some areas of fog, which I'll just take this full in a moment. And good morning. Leslie Chapman from 14 News is on. Does a great job covering the news. She'll be helping us out here later on today. And thanks for tuning in here bright and early. Well, look, down to 14 studios. They're awash there in fall colors. Have had some fog out there early. It has improved. At one time, we had visibility down to 1 mile. And a look out at the Twin Bridges. North and southbound traffic's moving along okay. Yeah, a little slower pace out here very early. Fog, a lot of times during this time of the day, fog is about done, but we're going to have some lingering fog throughout. And as we take this full, we'll take a look at some visibility. It has improved to 1.5 miles out at the airport, 1 mile visibility in Owensboro, 1 in Greenville, and a 0.5 mile up in Huntingburg. Kudos yesterday. They were working on the Big Blue Bridge in the rain yesterday, so trying to get that project completed. On Doppler radar, we'll have some mist and sprinkles and drizzle. These tiny raindrops are mainly the component for Doppler is rain and, of course, thunderstorms, but it's tough to pick up on these light bands of showers. So we widen it out. Had a few showers clearing northern Tennessee earlier today. Temperatures aren't going to do a whole lot for the remainder of the day. So we have clouds, 48 in Evansville, 50 in Madisonville. You see Jasper, Huntingburg, some sprinkles, areas of drizzle out at the Owensboro Airport, west of the downtown area, a similar story. Here's the cloud guidance. Love the cloud charts. The clouds are down to a few hundred feet, and then we'll have overcast skies up to about 1,000 feet as we go to the afternoon. These low stratus clouds, and then even some fog as we go through this evening as well. And let's run down the November scorecard. 59 yesterday, we had our biggest rain in a while at 1.26, and the 300s on the 10th, that was 1/3 of an inch of snow. Now we have a pattern change that's slowly going to be taking hold as we go into Thanksgiving and then as we finish off November and go into December. And that takes us out to the second day of December. And this is the 8 and 14-day outlooks coming from NOAA, from the Climate Prediction Center. We're going to be trending below normal. That's going to be the trend. And we'll start to see some of this in here next week as we work into Thanksgiving. Let's take a look at the hour by hour. Some clouds out there, spotty showers, and then as we talked on 14 News Sunrise, even encountering a little bit of fog as we head home this evening. 49 there at 6 p.m. and 47 there at 9, with those highs in the low to mid 50s. So some patchy fog and drizzle, mid 50s. That continues tonight, especially early, down to 44, and then for tomorrow, showers mainly during the afternoon. Some of the guidance wants to get some showers in here 9-10 in the morning. So let's take a look at the latest guidance. We're going to go long and we'll take you into next travel Wednesday. We'll go out 1 week. So some spotty light showers at times. This takes us to 7:30. And then tomorrow, the advent of the rain, it's moving in a little bit closer. So as we go 8-9, so this is a little earlier start. Right now, we're not at risk for any thunderstorms, but there's a case to be made for an isolated severe weather threat along that Kentucky-Tennessee border. We had no confirmed weather trouble yesterday. We had some Peter Marble-sized hail, but most of that set up outside of our area. And had a few tornado warnings done in western portions of Kentucky, but no reports of any damage or touchdowns. As we go into Thursday night, rain's out, more rain on Friday. First, let's cover the Storm Prediction Center. So no organized severe thunderstorms are anticipated, but I mentioned we could see a level 1 threat for areas hovering to our south down through Madisonville. The Storm Prediction Center in Norman, Oklahoma, has the official word on that. So we'll see how it plays out. And we can see a good soaking across the area as well on Thursday. Friday, showers. A few embedded thunderstorms are possible, but I think most generally will stay to the south of the area based on what I'm looking at here today. And then most everything is out, and then we'll have these lingering clouds as we go into Saturday. Let's go into Saturday. So Saturday, it's trending a little brighter during the afternoon. And then right now, I think the brighter of the weekend days will be on Sunday. Sunday, a fair amount of sunshine. High temps will be in the 50s. And let's go out into next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, if you're traveling earlier, perhaps you're off next week, we're looking at some rain. No snow. Of course, they've already had, some areas have had over a foot of snow up through northern Indiana and Chicago. This is all rain into Tuesday night. And right now, travel Wednesday, most of the showers clearing our area. Now, this is 1 week from today. Takes us into Wednesday night, and Thanksgiving is trending colder. We go out 10 days on our 14 First Alert weather app, about 40 to 42 on Thanksgiving Day, and all the snow showers linger up to the north. So here's a portion of the 7-day forecast, and we'll take it full. Showers developing Thursday, mid-morning into the afternoon. I left the icon thunderstorms off the board. Most everything is rain, but can't rule out an embedded thunderstorm. We'll take that full. And then as we go into Saturday, a high of 57 with drying skies during the afternoon. So it bodes well for the Owensboro Christmas Parade. We're looking forward to that. We'll have the Interceptor over there. And then the Evansville Christmas Parade on Sunday. I want to get those days right. William, 1 inch of rain by Bosse Field. William, appreciate those reports. Thank you. We had 1.26 out at the airport. So thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We're just saying good morning to William. And thanks for those rain reports. We'll have more soon. Have a great day.